My name is Nassime Saabs.
A base underneath the White House, and they've been busy building that since Obama took office back in 2008. I think they started construction, and it's basically where the Situation Room is now, and also a lab where they keep the Obama clones. I told you I was shown a room, and there was 6 beds on each side lined up like a hospital room, and all the clones were just laying there, waiting to be turned on and go into service. And those were Obamas. I haven't seen any. I don't know where they keep them for Hillarys, all the different Hillarys. All the different Hillarys look like lookalikes. They don't look like... Well, the clones never do look like replica clones. I mean, they never do look directly like the person they're supposed to be cloned from, because what they do is if they get your blood, let's say they get your DNA, and they got it 10 years ago when you were in the hospital having surgery for something or whatever reason, they pull hair out of your head while you're sleeping. They do stuff, nefarious stuff all the time. When they make a clone of that DNA, and it literally just takes them a few days once they get your DNA to make a clone. That clone's going to come out at that age of when they got your DNA. So if you're 50 years old and they got your DNA from when you were 35, the clone's going to even look younger than 35. I mean, they always look younger than the original person, and so the skin's younger looking. The clones aren't cloned with all of your affirmatives. They look healthier. They're more vibrant. Where we're just tired and run down, that they pick up the better aspects of a healthy being, I guess you could say. Because I was reading something earlier about Hillary's clones, that she had 4 clones, and they were all displaying the symptoms she's been displaying with the coughing and the fading and the jerking spells, and they're trying to pass that off as Parkinson's disease. I'm not a doctor. Very well could be Parkinson's disease. Could be congestive heart failure. It's pretty crazy because I'm looking at her and it's like, you read some of the symptoms, you're like, I've been dealing with that for 10 years. So I understand the congestive heart failure aspects more so than some of this other stuff where they say she has Parkinson's, because I remember watching Muhammad Ali for years just shake, and also that Back to the Future kid has Parkinson's, and they shake. And I haven't seen Hillary shaking, but I've seen her where she just passes out and her coughing fits and stuff, and I've gone through a lot of things, some of the same issues, not passing out like her, but your legs start to hurt and you just don't want to walk because your heart's not pumping and you're not getting blood. I went through a lot of that back last year when I was having my heart attack. I think I was reading somewhere where she was actually having congestive heart failure, and somewhere else saying she needed brain surgery or something. That's why they were saying she was going to take off for 5 days and disappear. I don't know how you have brain surgery and only take off 5 days. But the thing I was saying was that they said the clones that they make now are all chip implanted in a way so if one experiences one thing, they all experience the same thing. So even if they replace the one clone If the one clone malfunctions, the other three would start to have the same effects, I guess. And when you go multiple generations of clones, and this is something that they're learning, they're just not as good. You can't get a good copy of a human off, different generations away from the host. The real Hillary Clinton is dead. She died back in 2012. And so they've been using clones ever since. And when you keep cloning and cloning and cloning off clones, those generations of clones, they're just not reliable. They're just not very good. Next week I'm going to be talking about the alien attack on America, because there is a huge alien attack coming here. The Bible talks in Revelation chapter 18 about the destruction of Babylon. And I'm going to be detailing exactly who does it. It's not Russia. People think Russia and China are going to blow up and attack America. And that's not true. So what happens is the Masons pump all that information out. So then you have like the Pentagon and the idiots at the White House all misinterpreting Bible prophecy, who think that they need to make this happen because the Bible says it's supposed to happen. It's going to happen. It's not true. We're not destroyed by Russia and China. We're destroyed by an alien attack. And I'm going to talk about that next week. I've been screaming about that since 2001. It's not Russia that destroys America. Everyone thinks because the Bible says a nation from the north, and the Mason Hal Lindsey gets on a globe, takes his pencil and draws from America over Canada to the other side of the world, and ends up in Russia and says, "Oh, it's Russia. They're the ones from the north. Why isn't it Canada?" And then you have the Russians bringing in their equipment over the Canadian border. It's not them. It's not them. You look at the Strong's word for north. It's the hidden recesses of the north, which is space. And, I'm just going to get more into that next week. But even with all of Russia's might, they couldn't destroy this country in an hour. There's no humans on this planet that could destroy it in an hour, short space of time. But an alien attack, and also the Joel 2 army from the north. These are alien attacks. Alien attacks, folks. That's why the kings of the earth are shocked. They're shocked that America, that Babylon has been destroyed. Think about it. Do you know how long it takes to plan a war around this world? You don't just plan a war and strike anybody and nobody knows about it. Like if America's getting ready to pummel a country like Iraq and Syria and all the countries they've pummeled, everybody knows it's coming. It takes them a while to plan it. You got to get your supply lines going, your troops in position, your ships in position, your planes. It doesn't take anybody by surprise. Everybody knows it's coming. But if you look at the destruction of America in Revelation chapter 18, it happened so quickly, everybody is shocked. The kings of the world are shocked because nobody knew it was coming, which means it's a total non-human event. Non-human event. So it's either God or it's God. And he's going to use fallen angels, what we call aliens in space, to come down and destroy America. That's why everybody's shocked. Yeah. No one shocks mankind like God does. I'll tell you that. They've got a real show coming. And it's all right there. It's just when the Father opens your eyes to see it. Until He does, you won't. You just get blinded by the words you read. The last part of their phase, their plan, because they've already soul scalped all the humans out of control. I mean, Hollywood, DC, the Vatican, Europe, it's everybody's soul scalped. No humans left. Only humans left are the civilian populations. And those are the ones that they're going to round up in camps and kill off. And round up humans. Because if you're wicked, you can look at a human and know what they are. They have abilities we don't have, folks. They can look at you and see if you're human and see and know if you're a believer in God, if you're one of His. They can see His light in you. And so they know who to target and who to go after. Because they can see the human DNA and the light, God's light in you. Humans don't understand energy concepts. And that's something spiritual beings understand very well. Energy concepts. And these may be wicked energy spiritual beings, but they still understand the concepts very well. That's why you're targeted and hated. You know, humans are just... We're all being targeted. They're coming after us with their cancers and their satellites and their constant attacks and their weapons. They want to kill off humans on Earth. Because are coming in full force as a contact with mankind, like you see on TV. That's the last phase of their plan. To actually come in with their huge saucers and be seen, as you saw in the V series. Oh yeah, that's true. That's what they want to do. They're kind of conditioning mankind. That's what they want to do. But that's the last phase of their plan. And we're already at that stage, because what I'm saying is, who's going to resist them? All the governments are already soul-scalped and controlled by lizards. Russia's controlled by a different branch. They're controlled by the bears. America and Europe are controlled by the reptiles. Everybody else is fighting for crumbs. The Chinese, the Asians have always been dragon races. They've always been controlled by Satan. They're his offspring. That's why they worship the dragon. Put 2 and 2 together. It's their father, Satan, Lucifer. So we're ripe for some kind of arrival, some kind of contact now.